Hey y'all, I'm sitting here watching this young lady, Capricana, about giving an apartment tour, living in project. Let me tell y'all, when I'm watching this video and see this apartment, and she showed the bathtub, y'all go look at it and look. They, oh, I am so humbled by her that she is humble. She's giving all the praise to God. Some of us have everything we could ever want and we still ungrateful. Some of us got cars, we can go anywhere we want to. And she was saying how, she had to wash every 2 weeks because they don't have wash and dry. And wash and dry is a luxury, I understand, especially if you got a small child or a child going to school where you need these clean clothes all the time. And she was saying that as she got it neat and clean, got mirrors hung up, she got stuff placed and everything. And y'all, this child, she's saying, she got in the same day she went. I don't know how I got in. She said, I do know it was God. She's giving all the praise to God. She's not living in a high rise or a condo somewhere. She's in the project. And some of the areas she showed in her apartment leave a lot to be desired, but she's grateful, y'all. That's the kind of person God can use. She's grateful for everything she has. She's not complaining. She didn't say, oh, look at this over this door, and I'm ready for them. She wanted repair, but she's not making a big hoopla out of things that those people, excuse me, when I get making a video, I got to yawn, y'all. I'm trying to make videos. My great grandbaby's asleep. My husband going to run an errand. So if I can get a few minutes in. But I am humbled by this young lady. I don't know how old she is. I think she said she was 24. Now compare that to where Dante London show, and I don't know what state she's in. I don't know what state Dante London is in. But compare that to where Dante London is to where this child is. This was 2 weeks ago. And where Dante London stayed, he showed the outside, showed the inside. Oh, that was, well, he said his not a project, it's just income-based housing. So a lot of these projects are not kept up. A lot of them, need the walls fixed or something wrong with the door. Let me tell y'all something. There was a time when my husband and I moved into a project. I think our youngest child at that time, she was maybe 4. Yeah, she's our only girl. She was 4 and the boys was a few years older and everything like that. Okay, ours was a standalone house, brick house. 5 children. They gave us 4 bedroom, 1.5 bath, right? There was an area there where you put for the linen closet. Now here in North Carolina, my daughter's 44 now. She was 4, so this was 40 years. 40 years ago, y'all. Let me tell you, they had an office. If something went wrong or something broke, all you got to do is call to the office. They'll give you a date when somebody would come and fix it. They kept the grass cut. They kept the upkeep of these apartments. And we had, when we moved to the project, we had a wash and dry. So all we had to do, they said they don't mind us they had a spot for the washing machine and they had a spot for a dry. But my husband knew how to, put it in there. But they were saying you could put it in there, but you run your dryer, it's going to cause your electric bill because we paid one amount. I don't remember how much we paid. But if you went over, If you went over, that's when you would have to pay extra for the electricity.
This bed to my bed.
Now
This is
I'm looking where she said she had to put a towel at the window to keep the air out because her baby's crib, his little bassinet thing's right next to it. And that's another thing. Sometimes these apartments, a lot of them, the windows and stuff need to be caulked or whatever so the air can stay out. I know here in the house we live in now, this room right here where we in, the walls are like knotty pine. You can see it on the door there and the ceiling and everything. You see above where the TV is, that's knotty pine. And the whole room is like that. That was like that when we came here. The floor, parquet floor, my husband put that in. It had, when we moved here, it had the black and white subway tile. But nobody hadn't lived in it for years, and they were so dingy and messed up, we couldn't get the white part clean, so we had to change it. But when we lived in the projects, they kept it nice. We didn't have to, the doors and stuff closed good, because sometimes some of them, the doors need changing. And if we would tell them something needs to be done. I remember one day my daughter was out running and playing. And I said, when it start raining, you come in the house. Where was a mud puddle out there? 4 or 5 years old, you want to play in the mud puddle. She went out there and she played in the mud puddle, got mud and stuff all over. She came in the house, unbeknownst to me, goes in the bathroom, sits her little butt in the sink to wash the mud off her leg. She could have sat it on the side of the bathroom and broke the sink down. She was crying to beat the band, y'all. So I called over to the office and told them, what happened. And they sent somebody right out to fix it. It wasn't all the way down, but it had pulled away from the wall. And so a lot of time my husband will fix stuff. And I told him, I said, look, that's what they supposed to be doing, fixing stuff, let them fix it. Because if we had to buy something that come out our pocket, and I don't know if we had fixed stuff and saved the receipt and they took it off our rent, I don't think they did that. So they came and fixed it. We had 4 bedrooms, a living room, and the kitchen area had a little area where a little extra where you could put put your dinette set or whatever. Then there was a closet that was behind, I don't know what it was, a sliding door or a curtain for the washer and dryer. And my husband installed the washer and dryer. But most of the time, and they had us a nice, clothesline out there. Most of the time, unless it was raining, I used the clothesline because I love hanging clothes on the line. But now that I'm older, 73, now if I had a clothesline and had some stuff that would, take a long time to dry, I might will put it on a clothesline. But even now, well, my husband took the clothesline all the way down that we had here because he was parking his, he cut grass during the summertime. He got a van that he used to pull his trailer with his lawnmowers and stuff. So he needed that area to back his van all the way up against the fence. But I don't have, but if I had one, and we used to have a drying rack, little wooden drying rack where we would hang stuff on the drying rack. But when you got to make a sacrifice, make a sacrifice. Now look, y'all, look at this, moving out the projects, we got the keys. What a blessing, y'all. That was 5 days ago. What a blessing. You see, she was grateful for what she had. She won't complain about how the bathtub, she couldn't get the bathtub clean because the building was old and, a lot of time walls and stuff need to be fixed. She gave all glory to God. And now She like the Jefferson, she moving up. So I haven't watched it enough to see where she moving to. But let me tell you something. When you got that faith that God got to work something out for you, you keep that faith. Whether you living in a project, living in a high rise, living in a condo, even if you are homeless, keep the faith and pray and let God bring you out of the situation that you in, because you know what they said, won't he do it? He will do it if you trust and believe, y'all. You know what? I looked at my watch hours earlier. It says 596. The other day was 594. So I said, you know what? I keep right on. So I'm gonna do like Joanna, Yoana. Y'all check her channel out. Shout out to her. She did she was doing what they were saying about Walmart sorry y'all. Sorry, Lion Tom. That YouTube was on the easy mode. So she did testing it for 30 days and she got monetized. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put up videos. I'm gonna try to do 2 a day, y'all. So please come back and watch. Help me get monetized and help me stay monetized. Cause I'm in need of another vehicle. So I want the money from YouTube to go to me getting me another vehicle. But anyway, this child stood on her faith, y'all. And you see, and I know earlier in this video, she said that was her first car. So let me turn it back. She said, when I first got my car. Do y'all see that? He will bless you. Stand firm on your faith, y'all. This little girl, 24-year-old, got a baby, look like he's not quite a year old, maybe 7 or 8 months old, somewhere along in there. But she held on to her faith, and that's what we had got to do. Hold on to your faith. When my husband and I, with our 5 children, lived in the project, and my children were going to the school over here, I don't forgot where I was working. My husband was working for a company over here that did highways. Well, I don't know how long we lived in the project, probably what 2 or 3 years or so, and everything. And we were convenient to stores, schools, everything. They kept everything nice. They would come do inspection. Everything was fine. But the only thing that kind of worried me a little bit, now I always felt safe. So I'm not going to say, projects are, the one I lived at when we were there, it was not bad. I'm going to tell you the truth. But the only thing that eggs me about the project, where you got to report everything. I don't care what it is you got to report. My husband got a raise on his job. I had to report it. I went and found a job, and it wasn't a job making, y'all know back 40 years ago, it wasn't no job, I got a job, I think, working in a department store, like Rose's or something. Probably barely making $5 an hour. But we made do with what we had. We had a car, and I'm so thankful that my husband knew how to work on cars, change the oil, change the tires. If he had to change a motor or transmission, now we couldn't do it while we lived in the project, but he had family that lived out in the country that had a setup where they were doing it, and he could carry hours over there if it needed work. But if like stuff like changing oil or something like that, he could do it in the driveway and just put something down so if it did leak some out, it won't be on the driveway. But then after he got a raise and I got a job, y'all, they carried our rent up so high, and we was like, we can't pay this. And so what we did, we moved in with family in another county. And I think that's where we were living when we got this house where we are now. We just kept saying, if we can pay this kind of money, we can buy a house. So this house came up, it needed work and everything. I don't forget who told us about this house, but no one had lived in it for years, and we knew it had to be a lot of work done to it, but we took on the challenge, and I thank God that we did. But you know what they say? Don't despise, uh, don't despise small beginning. That's what it is. You got to start somewhere. Put your faith to work, y'all. Whatever you do, put your faith to work and let God work it out for you, because he'll do it. This child stood on her faith, and I'm so glad she did it. I'm going to tag her in my video because, baby, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, Capricana. Stand on your faith. Keep believing God can do things for you, and he will work it out. I'm a true believer in that. All right? So everyone, stand on your faith. Don't let no devil in hell defeat you. When the devil say you can't have something, tell him, say, I'll have that, and then I gonna get two. You know what? All this evil that's around us, and all the stuff that's going on in the world, there got to be some spots of positivity, or however you said, y'all know I get tongue tied. I was looking at the rest of the video. Her child might be at a year or so, because when I looked at it a little more, I saw him, and he looked like maybe he's a year old or so. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm gonna subscribe to her channel, y'all. I'm gonna subscribe. Let me see what she got on her channel.
Maybe give my license because I know how to drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to her channel. And follow me and subscribe to her channel. Let's help this single mom out. And oh, she's getting the views, y'all, from project to luxury apartment. Well, praise God. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at, moving out the project. I am so happy for her, y'all. I'm gonna watch that one. But if God did it for her, he'll do it for the rest of us. I don't know if she did one on how much. There's one that brought my first car, phlebotomy graduation. So, oh yes, you can put on a little makeup, driver's license test. I don't see what she did one on how much. Your obedience is just, that's right. They say obedience better than sacrifice. But anyway, living in the project, deep clean with me. Anyway, y'all, check her out. Check her out. But I do want to see the one about that one, last day living in the project, packing and moving. Y'all see how she stayed there until God made that change for her. Yeah, stand still and see his salvation, y'all. It can be done. So y'all, just work your faith. Work your faith. Keep believing, keep trusting God. Because that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell y'all about how we got to the project, where we were living before we got to the project. I forgot all about that. So I'm going to do a video on that. But I want to, I'm going to have to think about it and get some points and write it down. Right now, I'm taking everything off the top of my head. And when you get a little age, you can't hold that stuff like you could when you were 20. All right, y'all, I'm going to get ready and sign off. how God blessed me with my first apartment with 0. Part 1, God is absolutely amazing. Y'all see how she getting the glory to God. All right now. Keep it moving. Okay, all right, y'all. Please like, share, and comment. And if you enjoy my video, consider joining my channel. And y'all know I take the camera and put it away from me because I do not like wearing my poshes. I'm going to get up now and sweep and do some things while my grandbaby is asleep. I might put my poshes in and make a video sitting in front of the camera. I don't know because I got a lot of work to do. But anyway, see you in the next one.